It's the editor refusal letter.
Yeah, I can't find it. There we go. I managed to look at every single letter before I looked at this one.
Your book of poems, Songs from the Defeated City.
That's such a terrible title!
Oh my god.
It's both his worst nightmare and his daily occurrence.
Oh, and he refuses to change the title, but otherwise they were willing to print it. I hate that. I hate that this is how it's written. I would much prefer the letter was just a polite rejection. Like, not right for us at this time. I mean, like, I'm not actually imposing this as like a mandate on the writer of this game. That's just like, that's what would have been the most viscerally, emotionally satisfying.
This is a guy who self-publishes on Amazon.
So you're gonna go confront him about this? Because now we know why he's dicking around in the park. Also, theoretically, I'm just throwing this out there.
Do we?
We could drink him.
Oh, so then we don't have to talk to him any longer.
I mean, technically we're done already, but...
Oh.
Well, he's mesmerized 3.
I guess not. I guess we have to level
What's
up
our
on
mesmerized level?
It's 1. You don't get mesmerized leveled up until you beat the first boss.
Oh. Well, maybe we can come back and drink this guy later.
Good evening, Mr. Nithercott. And good evening to you too.
But again, do we actually know why he's hanging out here? Because, like...
Well, we know it's in Whitechapel because he likes the misery.
May I ask you a few questions?
Right. But, like, that letter was just like, hey, we're not going to publish your shit.
If I can. What can you tell me about an old man?
It doesn't seem like this opened new stuff.
What about personal... Was it not under personal questions? Was I... Maybe I'm crazy.
Okay, maybe I didn't get the personal question stuff.
Not
But, alright, here. I don't want to tell this guy about the mute florist.
Tell me, Mr.
Ask him if he makes a living from his writing. Ask him if he makes a living from his writing.
Whitechapel.
You have to ask him about the mute florist because he gets even creepier.
How to explain it? Stirring and...
Oh, sorry, I accidentally hit a button there.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel
Oh, he was waiting all day for you to ask if he thought it was morbid. He was waiting all day for someone to ask.
I didn't get an option to say you suck.
Don't you find this appalling to your sensibilities? Aren't you scared of all this bad
She can't
stuff?
speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness.
And he's like, haha, no. You see, I'm damaged.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find
Just
out
like
the
Jared
truth
Leto's
about
Joker.
your views.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But
This guy was cast as the Joker before Jared Leto got the role.
flower of Whitechapel.
I believe that.
She moves uptown.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Oh, that's my
It's a
other
good
favorite
thing
thing.
for
Is
us
writers who
to be
like
asking this guy to stalk.
writers who make up stories about people, and then like you're like, oh, did you actually like learn about them? He's like, no, I prefer to observe and like use my creative mind to explore the yeah, you don't fucking know shit, dude.
I feel edified that Rutskarn does hate this guy, and it's not just me.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Probably the difference between you and me, Chris, is that
You see what I mean?
I have had my fiction peer-reviewed by this guy.
Whitechapel is made
Oh
of.
no.
Oh man.
It's just hitting a
yeah.
little
You
too
don't
close to
really make a
home.
living from your scribblings, do you, Richard?
No, sir, I don't. I work so
But then
hard.
it makes me think that it probably also has happened to one of the writers of this game, which is why they came up with this character in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think this is like a badly written character. I wish we could say some slightly more like confrontational things, but I guess that's not really in character for who we are.
I mean, we could
We
right
could
here tell him to do something more useful.
Yeah.
Do we want to go with that?
Never
Yeah,
forget,
that's a
artists.
good thing to say.
Art can be meaningful, but
Perhaps
your
it's
work
time to
Yes,
is not.
but we don't want to defend.
I'm not sure that poets
Use
are
that
what London
logical
needs
defense
at
on
the
him.
present time.
Men and women.
No,
He doesn't
well,
have
like-
enough confidence to come up with that himself.
But how narrow.
Let me clarify what I was trying to say. There was like art.
Yeah,
can be
see, I
meaningful
figured
to
that's where it
people.
was gonna go.
Creating art can be important.
Hint
However,
failed?
if at any given time there's something you could do that is like more like seems more directly useful than your art, it probably is
I
more
beg your
useful.
pardon? We can fail hints? Can we not go...
Perhaps it's men and
Yeah. Alright, so we have to talk to him about the florist.
Well, we've already kind of established
Did
that
you
he's
know
creepy,
the
but
mute
sure,
florist
let's
is a
just
member
open up
of
that
a
Pandora's box.
society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir.
Wait, is it a secret society now? It's like
precious camellia.
a dude running a hospital.
Secret
a nurse
society.
It's a nurse running a hospital out of some random dude's house using a mute lady to deliver
Right.
flowers as a secret code to come to the hospital to get free medication.
See, I feel like telling him he's a helpless romantic will only fail the hint.
I don't remember which I
Are you
did.
not curious? Is
So
there
I had this
more
guy
you
in a
must
writing
know?
workshop,
girl has
and
not an ounce of
the deal with that
malice.
workshop was that when it's
Whatever
it's
she
like
may
2
be,
people a week
it's
submit their
certainly
stories,
benefit
and then everybody
most
reads them, and then you write like a full critique, and then you participate in a roundtable discussion of the stories. And this guy never talked during the roundtable. Literally, never. Once the teacher like put him on the spot and said, "Say something about the other people's stories," and he still
I'll
refused.
leave you alone.
The actual written responses he's produced were the snottiest and most like confrontational, like vicious things I'd ever written in like a writing course. Like I'd ever read in like a writing course. They were just like, it wasn't just like, you know, you need to do better. It was like, this is repugnant and like doesn't deserve to exist. And he had his turn, like he was among like the last people to submit his story, and when I got it, I was just so excited. I was so happy because like I read it like twice over because it was just the worst one of the whole year. And that was just such a good week. Completely unreadable.
Good evening, Doctor.
So did you, like, eviscerate him in the feedback?
I was perfectly professional. I wrote what I tried to identify in neutral terms what I saw as the weaknesses of the story, which just happened to be its fundaments.
Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
Like it's like the fundamental aspects of it and the way it was written. And I just tried to deliver that as dispassionately as possible, and he didn't give a shit because he didn't care what I thought.
He never know, really.
Yeah, at that point the damage is done. You don't need to do the snide remarks. That's often a misconception when it comes to
Goodbye, Mr.
the
Darwin.
editor's way,
Right.
the professor, teacher's way. Because once it's read by the prof, that's it. There's no more that needs to be said or done.
We're ready to go talk to Darius now, Josh.
Oh, so we can just get in with this information?
Yeah. She's mute.
How do we get out of here?
Go that way. Okay, there's the prostitute we probably shouldn't talk to. Oh, you're at the menu. We'll
Someone
keep going
tell
straight.
Lady Luck that I'm stuck here.
I'm sheep and I'm
Oh,
Up.
what did that do? Why did I suddenly start wandering towards him?
Wait, remind me why we shouldn't have talked to the sex worker back there?
Just the awkward writing. We're gonna probably have to eventually. We'll reach it.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again. Go away.
Mesmerize level 2 required.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
When did the NHS get established? Was that World War II?
It was after World War II.
See, Dorothea. Don't
Um,
make me
the-
regret this, though.
Churchill
1948.
and the Tories lost the 45 or 46 election, and the what's the other party? I forget.
Labor?
Yeah, the Labour Party. I wanted to say Liberal, but that's wrong. The Labour Party swept into power, and the NHS was established not long afterwards.
Not that I really want to like hurrah the Conservative Party, but like it must really suck to like win World War II and then lose the election.
Yeah.
The courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu.
Also, I would hardly say the
Here to
American
teach
government had
snitches
anything to do with
and
winning World
spies
War
away
II.
From Dorothy.
Well, we're talking about the
And
British
they
one,
also
though.
run this little prison.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Let's actually talk to
Goodbye,
him
Mr.
later.
Petrescu.
All right,
I think
so
I
we're coming
said
up.
she
heard
was
my-
upstairs.
My
No, she's
lifetime
upstairs in the
cap.
backyard.
Oh.
My lifetime cap
Sorry.
of discussions about like the degree to which America did or did not win
That's not
World
the
War
backyard
II.
either.
At least ones that our
Yes, it
Americans
is.
are part
Yes, it-
of.
Wait, is it?
Yeah.
This
I think
is...
so. Is that?
No, okay, yeah, you're right. I thought I got turned around and was going right out the front door again, but no, this is the
Sorry, Rutsguard.
backyard, I guess. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Ruts.
Oh no, I'm done.
So we're coming up on a critical choice here, and I done goofed this choice most recently, and I
Oh.
didn't know I was going to goof it. So before you make any serious choices, talk to me.
Oh, interesting. Intriguing.
What do we have here?
Well, first we have this
Patient
dumbass
has
section, which is not.
High
It
fever
doesn't
running
matter.
on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, head pain, diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Did she say Count
Aspirin and Valium for the
Vaseline?
fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration.
No, but that'd be
He's having
cooler.
trouble keeping even water down.
We're coming back to our sex vampire
Anything
conversation.
else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
My name is Count
He's not convulsing,
Vaseline.
he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel. Hand me that scalpel.
What can I do, Doctor?
Is this a false choice?
I don't know.
Did you lose it?
Do your best as a
No.
doctor.
Do your I
Okay.
agree with Alex.
If
feels
he's
like-
choking right now, we don't have time for anesthetics. We need to open the.
This feels
The
like
windpipe
two things that
there.
you would say simultaneously. Do we have any anesthetics? I'm doing a tracheostomy.
That rubber tube will do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut a passage for air through the neck.
Like, yeah, just say both. That's what a doctor show would do. They'd be like asking a billion
Breathing
questions.
again.
Yeah, doctors aren't like, I'm going to operate on him or I'm going to use
Another
anesthetic.
incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluid.
And I
from
can
the
only
lung.
ask one of these questions. I'm not going to clarify any
Doctor, we've
others.
nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
I couldn't save him today.
That's great.
I was doing heart surgery,
Yes, we do.
and I had to decide if I wanted a scalpel or gauze.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor.
I was actually going to say a scalpel or sutures, but apparently I decided to say gauze, which you probably could perform a heart surgery without.
He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you alright, Doctor?
What's the intercoastal waterway?
I have to say, this
The
is pretty
artery?
ambitious. Most video games, like when they depict like medicine, don't do this.
Yeah. So
Okay, we're
what's? I assume
told her
finish
to
alone means
leave.
we eat him.
No, well, it doesn't. But I told her to leave because I was worried I was going to fall to my desires. I don't know what happens if you try to suture the artery yourself.
Do it. If we tell her to leave, does he die? Like, do we win?
He
What's
does.
going on here?
Okay, well, this isn't the big moral choice I was talking about, but when I did it and I said let me finish alone, we tell Dorothy to leave. She refuses to leave, and then the patient dies. I don't know if you suture the artery, whether he lives or not. I didn't suture the artery, so
Right.
Suture the artery then.
I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
I don't know if now's the best time to bring this up. Probably, but you know who's another famous vampire
We've
doctor?
lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
Who's that?
There was.
Carlisle Cullen, Edward Cullen's dad.
Oh, right.
Oh,
From
yeah.
the award-winning
Epinephrine?
Twilight franchise, which just released a new volume recently.
Yeah,
Only
it's
somebody on
odd
the
that
team
you bring
hadn't
that
read
up.
any of
To
it.
be honest.
Yeah, that's interesting that we are now talking about Twilight for reasons.
I don't know what
hang
either
on.
of these things are.
Wait, epinephrine is for like dealing with flare-ups from allergic reactions, right?
Oh boy. Could they just please put in random medical things that you would not want to do under any of the
think
circumstances in this situation?
Cardiac massage, right? Am
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
Am
That
I off
doesn't
base
seem
here?
like a real thing. I'm gonna be honest.
I assume these
Deep
are all
tissue,
false choices.
Cardiac massage.
Cardiac massage, now.
But have you considered cardiac
Are you
massage?
making this up as you go along?
Give him an enema. What? Just do it.
See,
Don't
she's like, "Are you making
decide.
it up as you go?" That means it's fake. It wasn't real. Even she knows that, and she's not even a doctor.
The way that goes, you would think there's a way to do it where he survives.
Also, I like that the OST is using like medical
We've lost
movie,
the pulse.
TV show like beeps to a flat noise.
Right.
But we don't have that technology, so it's just sort of trying to convey that he died
Everything you could.
the way medical
Is
shows
that how
do,
you
but
focus
not
on your
using the
work?
medical
Is
technology.
this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Also, why did it let us
Neither have I. But the
say
previous
something
symptoms
that
leading up to
he
this
would
attack were the
know
same,
isn't a
indistinguishable
real
from the epidemic.
thing?
All right,
I
looked this
googled
up.
it. It looks
Something
kind of
more
real.
vile in these reactions.
All right, I looked
Yeah,
this
like
up.
I thought it was.
What do you guys think? Do you think that this
There
is
have been
possible
numerous
to save his
reports
life or
of
not
mental
possible?
breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the fluid cells,
I think it's not
Doctor.
possible. I think it's a false choice.
Yes, but
Josh?
Well, what choices could there have been if it was only two, and they both
The
killed
way
him?
it's going,
Yeah.
and the way this game has done it, I think it looks like it should be, but I think it's not.
You're right. All of you are right. There's no way to save his life.
Which is irritating.
Stop wasting our time with these stressful choices then, you know? It's like, let's just not have
I
this.
suspect it was more
Let's
than
just watch him
intuition
die.
I'm really
that
glad.
led you to
I'm really
us.
glad that The Walking Dead invented
So,
some magic tricks
how might
to
I be
make
of
you think
service,
that like
Dr. Reed?
a really important, tense choice was happening, and they perfected those magic tricks, and then no one ever learned how to actually do the thing that they were pretending to do.
Well, we don't want to shut her down, so I guess stop the blackmail's the only one here that's...
This
Hey,
is the choice.
Chris.
This is whatever. Pick whatever response
Okay.
you want to open.
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
She rhymed.
Yeah, she's spitting.
She's a better poet than Nithercott.
Lady Ashbury? Why
Probably had more published work too.
She's pristine and proper, all right, but that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Ooh, I like this. I
Swansea
like the
is a
conviction
sensible,
there.
Yeah.
Like that
man.
delivery.
He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
I still don't understand why that guy wandered into the sewers to get eaten.
So,
I
the
think
end
I
justifies
don't know.
the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're
so that he
kind,
could die and
Doctor.
we can get the letter.
Just
That's why he did it.
fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman
Ooh.
given the world on a platter.
Dropping
You know nothing
fucking
of
nuclear bombs
nothing
on
of
you
the
here.
shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
I guess we don't have any.
Like, she's 100% correct, like, with almost everything she's saying here.
Yeah.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But
I don't
all
think
the
you get
same,
much more bourgeois
blackmail is
than
crime,
literally a
and it will
vampire.
stop, Nurse Crane.
So,
Yeah.
are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Okay. Ooh. Okay,
Hint
you don't have that.
required.
Okay,
I guess
I love, I love the implication.
So we don't have the same thing?
I love the implication that, like, she's breaking the law and doing something unethical, so you're going to punish her by murdering her and eating her.
Okay, so what did we miss?
I think there was some sort of conversation, maybe with Darius, maybe with someone else, about what was going on. So what happened? And it's good that we're missing this. So this was the choice I was trying to spare you, because there's spare, which is let her live, but she stops doing the blackmail. Embrace, which is eat her, suck all the blood, and you know, get a bunch of XP, and then she's dead. But then there was charm, or like it's called charm, and I thought it was like, use my vampire, you know, power voice to compel her to just forget about all of this and just, you know, forget about the fact that one of the ladies is a vampire. Just do your medical stuff here and it's great. That is not what that choice is. And
no.
It's bad. What the choice is basically mind wiping her, and then you come back the next night and she's a level 23 skull. And
What?
yeah.
What the fuck?
And like,
What?
so I thought with the word charm, I was choosing the most merciful option that would let her continue her work, but also get rid of the blackmail. No, it just brainwiped her, and then she became a super monster and dropped fat loot.
So
And like,
aggro.
So dumb.
so I think it's good that we can
I mean,
either spare
eating
her or
her
kill
is
her.
better than that option.
Yes. I made a whoopsie. I confess to that. I did a whoopsie-doodle.
That's fucking why. I'm
I mean,
not
how are you
impressed with this
supposed
game's
to know?
moral
I would have
choice
thought
systems.
the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, seriously. Like, has there been, like, a
so-
moment in this game where they're like, oh yes, then the vampires learn the power to charm someone by turning them into a zombie. What a weirdly named power, but remember this for later. There'll be a quiz.
There's mesmerize, but that's really more just like the power of suggestion more than like brain wipe.
Right. So I assume
what is the basis?
I look away. What's the what?
So what's
I
the
don't know.
basis
We'll have
for
to
calling
look
that charm?
Yeah.
We'll look it up later.
All right. So I'm assuming I look away, but you resign as you resign from the hospital and continue working here and just like
Right.
lay off Ashbury because I need her for selfish revenge reasons.
Yes. Do you want me to? There's actually a thing that lists all the consequences of this choice. Do you want me to go look it up?
I'm curious if there's any good option here. Like, I wonder
What
if you
should I
like
do with-
failed the hint.
So there's spare the woman, but have her give up on blackmailing Lady Ashbury. This is a very good solution since the woman is unharmed. This is the only variant where Dorothy Crane is left alive. It's pretty important since Dorothy sells the formula for the last tier of meds. So that's the thing to note.
Nice.
You can drink her blood right away and kill her. This will give you quite a lot of XP, but remember you're killing the district's pillar. Losing Dorothy will severely impact the whole district. People will fall ill more often, and you're going to basically lose Whitechapel. Or you
Whitechapel just collapses entirely into the sea.
Okay, so here's the game's justification.
You can also charm her. She won't be a bother anymore for Lady Ashbury. Unfortunately, this also makes Dorothy lose her mind and vanish the next night. You can then go back to her facility and find her transformed into a level 24 skull.
Okay, here's the justification for this. I've been searching the
game's
internet.
dumb.
There is a note from Swansea you can find in your office which mentions that influencing a strong-willed mind can cause irreparable damage. So, in
So
principle,
that's the hint?
yeah, in principle, I like the idea, that like you have this power which comes with this caveat, and you need to use it responsibly and not just like spam charm every time you see it come up. I like that idea. In practice, I do not think that was well enough signposted.
Oh yeah. Wow, like this is as bad as the fucking doubt option in what is it? Police
Noire.
detective game, LA Noire. Yeah. I assume we're all pretty clear on the spare I look away but you resign option here.
Yeah, I'd go with that one.
All right, let's hit it.
No. Your place is here. Jailing you would be an even greater crime. So?
And frankly, it wasn't an option, because it was that or I eat you.
I'll look the other way on your little enterprise. In exchange, you will resign from the Pembroke Hospital and provide me with medical supplies when the need arises.
Dr. Reed! That sounds like a business proposition. My accomplice, then?
No, just a privileged client. My research may require the occasional rare piece of equipment or ingredient. I'll pay good coin in exchange, fair and honest.
I do like how we're having this whole conversation with a dead body over there. See, this is a better option than it sounded like from the text, which I think is another problem this game has, is that, like,
Yes, Nurse Crane.
Oftentimes the description of the dialogue choices you have are not great. New citizens available to kill. Awesome.
That's what I want.
It's locked, all right.